Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. So I know the other day I said I was done planting wheat. Well, I'm going to plant some cover crop wheat now. We've got a farm with a sand hill on it, and we cut the beans off of it yesterday, and to prevent the sand hill from blowing, we are going to go ahead and plant what wheat we have left over. I've got about 450 pounds in the seed tender, and I probably got another 250 pounds in the drill behind the 4430. So I go ahead and fill my fuel tank up here with some Country Mark Premium Diesel X4, and then we're gonna go get the 4430, get it fueled, and head to the field and get some wheat planted for cover crop. We definitely need to come up with a fuel trailer. See if we can get a Thunder Creek fuel trailer or something like that, because running the 1660, the 2388, the 8650, and the 4430 all at once, we're going through a lot of fuel. So we need a quicker way to get it to the field, because this tank is not enough. The 2388 almost empties that tank by itself. So we're making multiple trips back and forth to the farm, and that's getting kind of old, so I need to see about getting a fuel trailer. So, okay, let's go get started. Okay, so I got my seed wheat put in. We're gonna put a little fuel in the old girl, and then we're gonna take off. So, fun little fact, to plant 2 boxes of wheat seed, which is 2,250 pounds per box, it takes about 25 gallons of fuel, just if you're curious. Well, supposedly we got a 90% chance of rain today, and that's been the best chance of rain we've had in a very long time. So hopefully get a little bit to get this wheat jump started. I know it is dry. Some of these farms are like the surface of the moon when you're driving around, you know, just powder. And it'd be nice to get some rain on the remainder of the soybeans, because for one thing, they're getting too dry, and another thing, it'd help knock some of them hairs off of them so there'd be less dust to deal with while cutting them. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully we get a little bit at least. We cut some pretty good beans last night, some Dairyland Seeds beans that I got from my buddy Zach Green. I think I'm going to plant some more of those next year. I was pretty happy with the way they looked. I don't know a yield yet because we haven't hauled them in. And that's another thing we got to work on, the yield monitor in the 2388. I think the little auger in the clean grain elevator that's supposed to do all that, I think it blew its fuse or something, and just haven't had time to check it out. So I need to do that, especially if we get some rain, to get some downtime. Another thing I'm going to do is get the old gleaners ready. Definitely missing the L2. I got to get it back out in the field. It's just that conditions have been so right that we've just stayed at it, and, you know, haven't had time to do any shop work. But, you know, soybeans, you got to be like that with them. You never know when your good days are going to run out. So you just run as hard as you can to get them down. At least with the corn, you know, you get a little rain on it, no big deal. They don't react to it like the soybeans do. So, okay, let's get to the field and see what we get planted. Oh, I know a subject I wanted to touch on, and I haven't done it yet, and I keep forgetting to do it. A lot of you have seen that we got a Wilmar sprayer the last bit of summer. Well, I was all gung-ho gonna spray our last pass on the soybeans, and took it out, got everything fixed on it, took it out, and I couldn't get the variable rate to work. Couldn't get to do anything at all. Couldn't change gallons per acre, any of that stuff. So I took the rate controller valve off, and it had gotten water inside of the valve, or inside of the electrical component of the valve, the little motor that makes that valve work, and it just destroyed it, oxidized it. It was just junk. Couldn't do anything with it. So that is a mid-tech valve. So we ordered one, and it never came, and it's still not here, and we're still waiting on it. So we ended up just having Stark County Co-op go in and spray our last pass. So that's why you haven't seen the Wilmar sprayer, is because we haven't got the valve for it yet. Really hoping to get it out for next spring. We're going to go ahead and we're going to winterize it and just put it away for now. We were hoping we'd have that valve by now. At least we could take it out, just spray some water with it, and make sure everything's calibrated. That way in the spring we can get it out and she's ready to go. But the valve hadn't showed up. It's getting pretty cold out at night, so I think we're just going to go ahead and winterize it and put it away. So that's what happened with that. Well, we made it to the field. This is the hill that we're going to plant here. So I'll just kind of follow this ridge along. We'll just plant up and over it until we get down to the lower ground, and we'll pick up, turn around, go back over the hump. Just do that all the way across it. So with this cover crop of wheat, we're going to accomplish two things. One, we're going to prevent wind erosion. And two, we're going to build up the organic matter in the soil. Since we're not going to harvest it, we're going to work it in. So that means all that plant material is going to be left over. So it'll turn into an organic material in the sand and help hold moisture. So I'm sitting here thinking, you know, this is a good size area. I wouldn't be opposed to letting this wheat grow. We'll see what it looks like in the springtime. If it's got some good growth, we might just leave it and harvest the heads of it this summer. Leave the straw, of course, for the organic matter, but harvest the heads and maybe make a little YouTube content with it with the old Alice Chalmers All Crop Combine behind the WD or the 620. So leave your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about doing that? That might be kind of fun. So we'll see what happens. We cash rent the ground, so technically we could do it. So see what happens. It's not a half bad idea, really. I think it'd be kind of fun. And also, the landowner is an antique tractor enthusiast and a good friend of mine, so I'm sure it would be okay if we played out here with some old equipment. I'm sure he'd be out here with me playing with old equipment, as a matter of fact. So it might be something we do. Might be a nice little project. I've talked to Dad about it. Sometimes he's kind of a party pooper, but we'll see what happens. I just figured maybe we'll just square off the lower ground, plant corn on that, leave the wheat go and see what it does. Never hurts to try it. So it's kind of funny, Dad pulls up a little bit ago, he's like, you know what? He's like, why don't you go ahead and whatever seed you have left, go ahead and square things off and we'll just go ahead and cut that this summer. Oh, it's a little rough out here. I'm like, well, that was my plan, so I guess that worked out pretty good. So I guess we are going to cut it this summer. So we're just going to square off and plant all the lower ground here to corn, and we'll just let this go and see what we get off of it. So maybe we'll just harvest this and broadcast spread it for a cover crop next year. So we'll see what happens. It's got to grow first, so can't make any promises. Hopefully we got a wet winter. So I got to plant from there over yet, and then I'm done. Well, there we go. It's all planted. I went ahead and I squared some of it off. I had some seed left over, so I just kind of hit the ends of these rows that I planted just to square them up a little bit, just to finish cleaning her out. So now we're going to head to the Mailman's, help him get loaded up. Maybe we'll get a short interview with him about the Wisconsin Dairy Farm Show and see what he's got to say about that, and then we'll get him started planting. So let's go load the drill. He's got bags, so we're gonna help him get those thrown in there. I sure can't wait to get into some corn. Our corn's looking really good here. This is a farm that we had unofficial plow day on the one weekend where we decided to go plow because we got rained out for the official plow day. But corn's looking really good. So if you're wondering why I call the mailman, it's because he is a mailman. He is a rural carrier, and he delivers mail. So that's how he got the name Mailman. That's his nickname on YouTube. But corn's got some pretty ears on it, so pretty excited to get into it. Well, how was Wisconsin?
Should have stayed there.
Should have stayed there. What was the Dairy Expo fun?
Yeah.
You get to see a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
All the teats.
scared all the teeth. But, well, we're going to fill the planter and get him planting so he can get this field done today at least. And on to the next one, hopefully. So, this is also Beck's wheat. Well, we got him filled up. He's ready to go. Are you ready to go now?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Just don't go postal on my tractor, please. Good luck. Be good to the old girl. She's my baby. Well, we got the mailman planting. He's happy. So we decided to go start moving combines. I got the 2388 moved. The head for it's moved. Dad's Strength ran me back for the 1660. And now I'm going to get this to the next field. We went and looked at some soybeans. We got one field that is a late number. And it's not quite ready yet. But the next field over is some higher ground, and it's the same late number. It's ready to go. So we're going to cut that one, and those are only within a day or so of each other being a plant date, but that's not uncommon. You know, soil type can influence the maturity of the soybean. So we're going to go cut them off till it starts raining. It's supposed to start raining by 5, but I'm already getting a few speckles on the windshield. As long as it don't get too crazy, we'll be good. As dry as everything is, it's going to take quite a bit of rain to make a difference. We might, if it does drizzle a little bit, might start making cutter bars a little sticky and causing feeding issues. But another thing I wanted to touch on is there's been a few viewers that asked me about Dad's Strength and if that's a nickname. Yes, it is a nickname. Dad's Strength's real name is Alex. He got the nickname Dad's Strength when him and my sister had Clara, my little niece that you've seen in videos. After they had her, we were in the shop one day and he broke a ratchet or something. I can't remember what it was. It might have been a wrench, but he broke it. My dad's like, oh, it's that damn Dad Strength now. And he said, ever since you had that kid, now you've gotten stronger. So it just stuck as a nickname. We've called him Dad Strength ever since. So there is some videos on why we call him that. It's an older video that's titled The Man, the Myth, the Legend, Dad Strength or something like that. It's one of my early YouTube videos. So, and that brings up another topic. Make sure that you're going back through my videos because there's a lot of content that I made earlier in my YouTube career, and a lot of them videos aren't getting the views that they probably should have. And I think at a certain point YouTube doesn't push those videos. But there are a lot of good videos, like the time that we shortened the tanker. It was when we got it, it had not been vented and it had been sucked shut, and we actually cut the bat out of it and shortened it. That was a good video. Probably not the best of camera quality because I didn't have a very good camera at that time, but it's still a pretty good video. So anyways, we're gonna get down and see if we can start cutting anything and see what the rain does. I'm hoping it does rain because I would like to take a break and get L2 number 1 going again. I really want to get that combine back out in the field, and I know a lot of you really want to see it back out in the field. So that is the next thing on the list. As soon as we get a little rain, we can pause for a little bit. But like I said before, you know, when the sun's shining, you got to make hay. So figure get as many of these beans cut off as we can. I think we're over half done with soybeans now, so we've been kicking their butt pretty hard the last couple days. So okay, let's get down there and see if we can cut any this afternoon. Well, I just got back from getting Dad's Strength and 8650 moved over to the next field, and pull up. Dad's already dumping, only had a half a hopper. He just shook his head. So it's raining a little too hard. It got wet pretty quick. So I'm not even gonna get in the combine. Just gonna go tarp that truck and just call her a day and head back to shop and work on L2 number 1. Get that ready, and we'll start again when the sun shines. So anyways, we got plenty of content for a video today. So thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one.